afternoon. I am Dr. Minal, resident at Sancheti Institute of Orthopaedics and Rehabilitation, College of Physiotherapy. Welcome to the new episode of Physio TV. Today, I'll be talking about PEP devices. PEP devices, which is positive expiratory pressure devices, are one of the most frequently prescribed airway clearance therapy for patients with chronic lung conditions or decreased lung volumes. The development of positive expiratory pressure device came about in 1980s in Denmark. The application of PEP consists of mask or mouthpiece connected to a one-way breathing valve to which expiratory resistors are attached that creates back pressure to stent the airways open during exhalation. PEP therapy involves active expiration against a fixed orifice flow resistor or variable orifice threshold resistor capable of developing pressure of 10 to 20 centimeters of H2. A manometer in the circuit determines and monitors the correct pressure generated by the patient. A patient uses PEP in a cycle of about 10 breaths at tidal volume with slightly active expiration followed by huffing or coughing or expectorate the secretions. Mechanism of PEP device. The increase in pressure is transmitted to airways, creating back pressure, splinting them open during exhalation, preventing premature airway closure and reducing gas trapping. It promotes collateral ventilation, allowing pressure to build up distal to the obstruction. Here, the collateral ventilation is a phenomenon found in human lungs where alveolar structures are ventilated through channels that bypass normal airways. It prevents airways from premature collapse and prolongs expiratory flow. And effective airway clearance promotes movement of mucus proximally. Indications of PEP devices are acute and chronic respiratory failure, neurological or musculoskeletal dysfunctions in old age and immobility patients, to increase lung volume by increasing forced residual capacity and tidal volume, reduce hyperinflation, example emphysema, bronchitis, asthma, improve airway clearance in cystic fibrosis, chronic bronchitis, bronchiectasis, and bronchiolitis obliterans, and to maximize the delivery of bronchodilators in patients receiving bronchial hygiene therapy. Contraindications of PEP devices are untreated pneumothorax, intracranial pressure more than 20 mm of Hg, active hemoptysis, recent trauma or surgery to skull, face, mouth, or esophagus, patients with acute asthma attack or acute worsening COPD unable to tolerate increased work of breathing, acute sinusitis or epistaxis, tympanic membrane rupture or other known or suspected inner ear pathology, and nausea. Uses of PEP devices are the most important uses. It helps in airway clearance. It improves ventilation and gas exchange, prevent post-operative atelectasis, reduce pulmonary hyperinflation. So there are two types of PEP device. The first one is non-oscillating PEP device and the second one is oscillating PEP device or the vibratory PEP device. So first, in non-oscillating PEP device, there comes TheraPEP device and bubble PEP device. And the second one, which is an oscillating PEP device, which includes flutter, a cappella, RC cornet, and lung flute. So first, we will look at bubble PEP device. So this is an alternative way to administer PEP to young children to make something interesting, something fun out of it. So children gets engaged in the activity while using a PEP device. It consists of column of water to the level of PEP required from 10 to 12 centimeters H2O and a flexible straw or a tube. First, ask the child to blow through the column of water via flexible straw or a tube. Instruct the child to only exhale and never inhale. So by adding little detergent to the water, exhalations produce a stream of bubbles, and addition of a drop or two of food color to the water adds to the novelty of treatment. So next one is the TheraPEP device. It consists of mouthpiece, expiratory resistor that can accommodate many levels of expiratory flow. It comes with detachable pressure monitoring part and indicator to show 10 to 20 centimeters of H2. It can accommodate mask of different size. So TheraPEP uses are more to mobilize secretions, chronic respiratory disease, cystic fibrosis, prevent atelectasis, and in post-operative patients. So this is a PEP device which consists of a pressure indicator. There is a detachable pressure monitor port. There is valving in resistors which prevents block back into nebulizer T when used simultaneously. So here, this valve, here the nebulizer can also be attached. So there is a patient interface which is of 22 mm. Then there is expiratory resistor selector dial. Then there is a resistor which works in any position at any angle. Then there is one-way valve which allows inhalation and exhalation without removing from patient's lips. And another one which is 22 mm OD for male, which fitting adapts to small volume nebulizers or meter dose inhaler spacers within 22 mm of ID connections. And similarly, this is for female. Next one is oscillating PEP devices. So it provides rapid fluctuations in airways as the patient exhales. Frequency of the vibrations ranges 10 to 30 Hz with an amplitude of 20 to 100 torr and flow of 10 to 25 liters per minute. It provides positive expiratory pressure, oscillation of the airways, and accelerated expiratory rate to lose secretions and move secretions centrally. Then the patient must be able to take deep breaths to generate adequate pressure, oscillations, and prolonged exhalation. So the commonly used oscillating PEP devices are flutter, RC cornet, acapella, and lung flute. So for flutter, first we look at flutter. It is a small portable device which is pipe shaped with a single opening at mouthpiece and a series of small outlet holes at top of mouth. Bowl consists of high-density stainless steel ball enclosed in small hole. So during expiration, the movement of the ball along the surface of the cone creates a positive expiratory pressure and an oscillatory vibration of the air within airways. So the intermittent airflow accelerations are produced by the same movement of the ball. So this is the mouthpiece. This is the exhaled air, and this is a circular cone which is inside. This is a stainless steel ball, and this is the outer covering where the holes are present at the flutter. This, the device is held horizontally and tilted slightly either downwards or upwards until a maximum oscillatory effect can be felt. Sputum viscoelasticity has been shown to be reduced by the use of flutter. The PEP maintained by the flutter, which is 5 to 35 centimeters H2O, prevent dynamic airway compression and improve acceleration. The movement of the flutter is dependent on if it is upwards, it increases pressure and frequency. If it is downwards, it's lower pressure and frequency. Uses of flutter are loosening mucus, facilitating movement of mucus up the airways, prevent the alveoli from collapsing, and effective in cystic fibrosis and COPD patients. Next is RC cornet. It consists of curved hard plastic outer tube, mouthpiece, and flexible latex-free inner tube. This is the mouthpiece. This is the outer harder plastic tube. This is the inside valve hose. RC cornet. It consists of curved hard plastic outer tube, mouthpiece, and flexible latex-free inner tube. The flow, pressure, and frequency of oscillations can be adjusted to suit the individual, and it can be used in any position. It is independent of gravitational force. Exhaled gases pass through the curved plastic tube containing a flexible latex-free hose and sound damper. During exhalation, the latex-free hose strikes up and down of the curved plastic tube, creating intermittently occluding flow, which produce oscillations and PEP. It can be used for 10 to 15 minutes. Uses of RC cornet are airway clearance in COPD, cystic fibrosis, and bronchiectasis. Next one is the acapella device. It consists of a mouthpiece attached to the body of the unit that uses a counterweighted plug and magnet to create airflow oscillation and a dial for expiratory resistance at the other end. So here in the image, we can see that this is the resistance dial, and this is the body of acapella and a one-way valve, and this is the mouthpiece. So a patient holds this mouthpiece and exhales through it. So inside this, there is a counterweighted plug-in magnet which create airflow oscillations, and this is the resistance dial. At the beginning, the dial is set at 0, and we can set the resistance depending on the patient's condition. So this acapella device, it comes in two colors. One is green color and one is the blue color one. So the green color one, it maintains expiratory flow rate of 15 liters per minute or more, and the blue one, it maintains expiratory flow rate which is less than 15 liters per minute. Then the acapella devices, it is used in cystic fibrosis, COPD, bronchiectasis, asthma, and mucociliary disorders. So this is the difference between flutter and acapella. So flutter is a pipe-shaped device, whereas acapella is a cylindrical shaped device. Flutter contains stainless steel ball, whereas acapella contains counterweighted magnet. Flutter is gravity dependent, as we have discussed that if it is hold upwards or downwards, so how does the pressure and frequency changes? And acapella is gravity independent. So the position to use flutter is sitting upright position, and acapella can be used in any position. Flutter is a small portable device, whereas acapella is slightly bigger in size than flutter. Next one is the lung flute. The lung flute is a handheld positive expiratory pressure therapy device that uses sound waves to mobilize and clear secretions. It is tubular with a plastic mouthpiece at one end, which is attached to a mylar reed that flutters during use. The mylar reed is flared on the other end to increase the air mass within the device. This provides acoustic impedance. So as we can see in this image, it has a mouthpiece, and this is the mylar reed. So mylar reed, it gets flared at the end. When the device is being used, the mylar reed will oscillate at a frequency that matches the resonance frequency of pulmonary secretions, that is 16 to 25 Hertz. Thus, the viscoelasticity of these secretions is reduced by mechanical vibrations resulting from the sound waves. Additionally, these vibrations will also facilitate the action of mucociliary escalates, which will mobilize the loose and thin mucus to ensure optimal bronchial hygiene by easier and effective expectoration. Indications of lung flute devices: COPD, asthma, bronchiectasis, cystic fibrosis, respiratory infections, and pneumonia. So this is a video where we can see how the lung flute is used. So first, the patient is seated upright, relaxed position, touching the back of the chair and chin tilt. Then hold the device in the mouth with tight lips. Exhale through the device, and the mylar reed, as it is visible in this video. So now we will discuss the procedure, how to use the PEP devices. Mostly the procedure is common for all the PEP devices. So first, to loosen up the mucus, patients sit up with your back straight and the chin slightly up. This position allows your throat to be open so air can move easily without blockage. You may need to put your elbows on a table. This may keep you from slouching and blocking air from moving freely. Then take a deep breath and hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. While holding your breath, place the mouthpiece in your mouth or mask your mouth. Then breathe out with slightly more force at a steady rate for 4 to 6 seconds or as long as you can. And your cheeks should be flat as possible. Then you may have to use your fingers to hold your cheeks down. Then you may be able to keep the mouthpiece in or your mask on as you repeat. Take a deep breath through your nose. Then to cough and bring up the mucus, remove the mouthpiece from your mouth or the mask from your face. Do 2 to 3 huff or cough. Then take a deep breath in. Use your stomach muscles to breathe out 3 quick forceful breaths. Then Cough hard to bring up the mucus. Split the mucus out and do not swallow the mucus. You may need to rest for 1 to 2 minutes, and again, this cycle should continue for 10 to 20 minutes or until you have cleared all the sputum. Instructions for PEP devices may vary. So these are some other PEP devices. First one is Aerobica device, then is the Metanep device, then is RC Cornet Plus device, and Spring Linear Pressure Resistor device. So the references for this topic is Pryor and Prasad and Dona Frauenfelder. Thank you. I thank Dr. Parag Sancheti sir, Mrs. Manisha Sangvi ma'am, Dr. Radha Bhattad ma'am for this opportunity. Thank you.